to Casual Watch Talk Live. Just let us know. I'll keep the chat up here, so let us know that you can hear us. We've got a couple of people filtering in here. You're joined by Jason and Chris. Chris is back.
I'm back.
So, yeah, so Chris, your biggest fan here, who is Pepe D's Nuts, is asking, where's the other guy? Which must be you.
Yes. Yes. I survived.
You survived. Yes. Well, actually, no, we haven't done it. We didn't do a podcast last week, and I didn't say anything like why we didn't do one. So you have to tell people. Let me just add in. I've just got John here from Tea and Tickers. Hey, John.
Hey, good. I'll say good evening here, or good morning here, but I guess it's afternoon where you guys are. Is that right?
Well, it's evening. Yeah, it's evening for Jason and I. But Chris, what is it? Is it like 4:30 for you?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm over in UK, and it's midnight here. I've stayed up for this.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, I've stayed up to join you guys and give you some support because that's what I do. Because Sam gives me some support on my channel, so it's time I did that same for him.
Yeah, absolutely. No, cheers, John. Cheers, John, for joining.
No worries.
Well, while people are filtering in, should we do a little bit of a wristwatch check?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chris, do you want to kick us off? Seeing you've not been on for a while.
Sure, yeah, and I've not been on for surviving the coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
So, vaccine and boosted, and still got the latest Omicron, whatever, crush you. And so that was yeah. So all coughing and phlegm noises are simulated. So kicking off the wristwatch check, I've got a fun one on because I've been stuck in the house, obviously, so might as well have some fun with it. So this is my I'll just take it off. This is my Seiko. We'll
go full on.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, my Seiko mod. So this is it won't focus. We're trying here. So this is a SNK case with a SKX 009 dial and some unique hands, stick hands, and it was a mod I did about 4 years ago.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Did you do the mod yourself, Chris?
I did, yeah.
Hey, excellent. Wow.
Yeah.
Something
look brand new.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it looks excellent.
Yeah, it's so it's like a postmodern kind of 90s kind of funky take to it, and I got a cool shot of it with UV last night on Instagram. So
I saw it.
But fun.
Nice picture.
If only people knew what your Instagram was.
It's everydaywatchmasterrolling.com.
John, go on. You're our special guest as well.
Thank you. I have a Tudor Pelagos FXD.
Oh man, I love that thing.
2021, the first one. Interesting story that I have a kind of a bit of a thing with a watch dealer in the UK who lends me watches to review, and I ordered a Pelagos off him because someone was going on about standard Pelagos, and I didn't actually realise it was the FXD. I just saw the front of it, and I ordered it. I got him to send it, and then the next day I got it, and I thought, hey up, this has got fixed lugs. This is an FXD, and I had wanted an FXD. I've been going on it. I thought I really want one, but they're very hard to get.
Funny.
And then it landed in my lap. So I just said to him after 4 weeks, Spencer, I can't give it you back. I need to buy it. Right. I have to have the watch. It's to be. So yes, it's a very coveted 2021 FXD.
Nice,
and it's excellent.
Nice. Yeah, that you just wow. Yeah, that's you called up to get the previous model and you ended up with the show.
Yeah, I called up to get a normal titanium FXD because someone was saying that the bezel is brilliant, and he said the titanium bracelet is brilliant. I said, well, I've got one coming, but it's not on a bracelet. And then I realised when it arrived, it was got me on a bracelet because it's got fixed lugs. But yeah, it's an amazing watch. It really is. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's probably a pride of the collection.
Nice,
awesome. Jason, go on. What you sporting?
I have my Zodiac.
What's nice.
I know for some reason.
Are you the military guy, Jason? Because you're the guy. Are you into the military watches?
I guess that's what I am. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Love it. I mean, as you can see with the FXD, that's where I go as well. So what is that an original or is that like a homage to a MAS or something?
So yeah, it's a faithful recreation of a model they had in the 50s and 60s. I'm still studying it. The original models were sold in military PXs, post exchanges, and they were made available to service members. So they recreated it, honoring the original version, but with some modern updates to it. Then they sold them only in military exchanges here in the States.
Wow.
And then I'm not going to, well, I can't help but plug it, but there's still some on Hodinkee right now. Hodinkee got a hold of the last couple of them. So, yeah, this is probably the smallest piece I own. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, but I was helping my buddy shop for his first ever real watch. Like he's had some timepieces, but him and I were talking and he saw this and liked it. And then they had a couple in there. So I got one for my wife because like 40 millimeters is about as big as she can go. And I knew she would love this because it's so thin. I think it's like 11.8 or 11.5 millimeters, super thin. And I got her one and she loved it. And I just kept staring at it. I'm like, I'm going to go back, dude. If there's one there, I'm going to get myself one because it's such a handsome, it's almost timeless, you know.
It's made by Zodiac, did you say? Sorry.
Yep, Zodiac.
And is it hand wind only?
Yep, this one is automatic. It's not a mechanical.
Oh, it's automatic. When you say 11.5, I thought it might have a rotor. I thought it might be hand wind, but it's an automatic.
Yeah. And I might be off on the thickness. I would say it's no more than 12. I mean, I'm just going based off of, I have like Marine Master case. I have a Zen 105 UTC. So this is very comparable to the Zen 105 UTC case in thickness.
Excellent. What movement's in it, please, Jason?
It's a great question. It's their STP 111 or 11.
It's their own movement. It's their own movement.
It's actually. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's Fossil, isn't it? It's Fossil bought a movement company, and the movement company, I forget the name of it, but it was famous for its gooseneck regulation system. But Fossil actually owns Zodiac, don't they? Or
yes, they do. So, and just give you some background, I was speaking to Mike Pearson. He's the brand director, the international brand director. And, there was a lot of stuff where, Zodiac was big and they fell off and then Fossil bought them. But, Fossil's given them basically carte blanche to stick to their heritage and do what they want to do. They're not going to really, they're there basically to Zodiac like, hey, what do you need from us? And we're not going to really tell you because they want to stick to the heritage and stuff. So I'm actually really studying up on Zodiac because where I'm stationed at, there's a big naval community and stuff like that. So I just really want to learn a brand that's had some history here where I'm located. Awesome. It'd be nice.
Yeah, that's good. So I had someone mention.
Was it Siegel who had Siegel who had the Swan regulator?
They do have one. Yeah. Siegel do have one on there.
Yeah, I thought it
on
was.
their
Sorry,
movements. Yeah. Sorry, Chris. Go on after you.
No. I was going to say I had someone one time guess. I had my Bell and Ross on, and I had someone guess Zodiac. So it's a very cool brand, and it's not, I'd say, super mainstream, but it's but yeah, I'm glad that they've got the Fossil backing, and
and also it was it's always made famous, isn't it, on these true crime documentaries with the Zodiac killer? Yeah, that's what he was named after, wasn't he? He was named after the watch, not after the. Because people think he was a serial killer that followed the the signs of the Zodiac, but it was actually after the watch.
Yeah, I talked to Mike, and I think that's a common misconception that he wants to make it clear that there's absolutely no connection between that person and the watch company whatsoever.
No, it's not.
Not dispel those rumors.
Yeah.
Well, I'll finish it off. I mean, most people know that I wear this on the regular, and that is my Seiko speed timer. I've got it on an Uncle Seiko razor wire here. I've still held out. I haven't bought a watch this year. I'm still holding out for
one watch challenge.
Yeah, the one watch. So I'm holding out dialed Rolex date just 41. Apparently I'm top of the list, but if I was pestering somebody all the time, that's what I would tell them. I'm like, oh yeah, you're top of the list, you are. So big thanks
any
to,
day now.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, actually, the guy in the UK who I went in to see, the Rolex AD, the one in Manchester, he said that he thinks that Rolex are building an entire new factory for these dials. So it might be a little longer of a wait, but they have done the mint green dial before. So, yeah. So, oh yeah, somebody's Jeff saying he's got the green Rado Captain Cook, and then Mark says, "Good evening, everyone." Well, what I thought we'd do, yeah, hello. What I thought we'd do for today's show, because I didn't really have like one topic, I thought I'd bring back something that Chris and I always used to do on the live podcast, which is the hit or miss section. And I thought we'd do like a longer hit or miss, and we'd go through some of the new watches, 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes on each one, and then we'll decide between us whether we think it's a hit or a miss. And Chris, believe it or not, I actually found our old intro. So let me.
I'm in. Oh, I love it. I love it.
There we go.
Amazing.
Amazing. So if anybody's wondering why we've got a cat on there, I actually promised Chris that I would find a royalty-free image of a baseball player hitting a home run, and that was going to be hit or miss. And I searched for a week, couldn't find one, so we ended up with the cat.
It takes me right back. Sam.
Well, let's kick this off, and then the audience, obviously, all you viewers, you can decide whether we are right or not. But let's kick this off. The first one I had was the new G-Shock that's out. So this is the Cassie Oak, as it's affectionately known, except this version has Bluetooth on it now, and also this one has the positive display as well. And they switched it around a bit, but they've still kept it at $150. I think this orange one's a bit funky as well, but I don't know what
yellow to me.
Sorry, yellow. Right, you're totally right.
Sorry, I'm just thinking. Okay.
Welcome to Colorblind Watch Talk. I'm not really colorblind, but yeah. So there you go. So this is the new Casio. And what does everyone think?
What are the big differences from the old to the new? Besides,
so it's got Bluetooth on it.
Don't they have one that has a solar now?
Yeah, it's solar and Bluetooth are the big upgrade.
Okay.
It's a significant upgrade, actually. The only things that I'm showing this, the yellow and the black, but the other ones, I'm not crazy about them because they've got the negative display and they're also not a lot of color on them. But the black seems to have a lot of color on it, red. And then you've got the yellow one on here as well. So
impossible to read hands. Negative display, perfect. Can't see it in the sunlight. Okay, these are it's Casio specialties.
I've got a black one. I quite like it actually. I've got a black one. It's quite funky that sometimes it moves the hands out of the way when you want to see a display on the digital thing. You press a button and it moves the hands out of the way and moves them back. I quite like it. I mean, I bought it because that model is issued to some Royal Navy clearance divers. When they haven't got the CWC, they actually used one of the models from 2 years ago, a bit like that. Can't remember the exact model, but it's very similar. Yeah. So I bought that because of that model. That's what kind of stick them into. But I wouldn't upgrade, I don't think. No, I like the steel ones. I like the steel Cassie Oaks. Those steel ones, I like those. I wouldn't mind one of the GM series.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. It's a miss for me.
For me, the solar Casio, like the solar is a good benefit. So I'm here. Yeah. I'm here for the solar. Never changing a battery in the thing is great. Bluetooth though, I'm
gonna tell you right now, no one active duty right now is gonna be able to wear that Bluetooth or anything with a GPS locator.
Yep.
So
right. Yep. Yes, they're gonna track him, aren't they? Bloody hell.
The solar part's really cool though. I mean, the solar part is really cool.
But
mine's solar. I don't think solar bit's new. I'm sure mine's solar. I'm sure it is.
How is it?
Yeah, I think he's got a backup battery of some sort. It's got something in it because if you keep it in the dark, when you wake it up, the hands automatically go to the correct time.
Right. Yeah. That's
automatically.
That's one of their solar things. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got some atomic radio control to know it's not actually Bluetooth, but it's atomic with the clock as well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the Bluetooth, the old one, but it is solar powered from what I can recall, definitely.
Okay. Chris, what's your thinking on that one?
I think I'm going to say miss.
Okay. Oh, okay. We're going in early. Well, Jason, what are you going to go hit or miss on that one?
Did they have 2 black versions and one that didn't have the red and the blue on there or something like that?
No.
Did they have? See,
no. It was like it was a military green. Sorry, it was an olive green and they're blue.
Okay.
Blue.
I have a GA 100, which is pretty old. I've had it forever, and it's just black with white hands and it has a little orange black light. And I love that thing, but it's just, nowadays it's just humongous. So I do like the size of these new ones, but I'd like something that just kind of understated, a little more understated. So miss for me.
Yeah, you were right, Chris, on that. I said that he has a stealth black. Jeff has a stealth black.
Yeah,
he's never used the light so much.
Yeah.
Well, John,
that solar power.
Yeah, John, you own the previous version, so you go and hit or miss on that.
I'm going miss on this one because I heard the previous one, and I said if they wouldn't, if they aren't issue it, I'm not really interested, I suppose, in a way, and they wouldn't issue it with the current blue thing. So miss for me.
Okay. I'm going to say it's a hit because I this was one I would buy because I like the Bluetooth. But anyway, we'll quickly move on. This one is going to hit. This is going to hit a pain point for me, or one of my dislikes, and also probably Jason, one of your dislikes. But we're going to go with the new tag.
Moon's Watch. Oh wait,
this is the dark. this is the Dark Lord. So this has been bought back. It's not a limited edition, but it's just a special release, and obviously it's the Heuer Monaco, but the tag version, and this is my pet peeve. They should just put Heuer on the dial on this watch for me. But you've got the Dark Lord. It's coming in at $8,200. Apparently, this is using a movement that was a Heuer designed movement from 1969.
Is it caliber 11 or 12? One of them.
It's the 2. It's the Heuer 02.
Oh right.
Yeah. So you're right. The 11 and the 12, they were ones that were
they're the classic ones. Yeah.
Yeah, created in conjunction with Breitling and Dubois, and I think Heuer Hamilton Buren as well. But yeah, so this is it's for the Monaco Grand Prix. Jason, it's hitting your why does it need to be DLC coated thing?
Yeah. I mean, at least they didn't say it was like tactical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess, that's my favorite thing. Is tactical. Yeah. But I mean, if you're gonna make the whole thing DLC coded and everything's black, like the date wheel's white, like you can't gray date wheel and come up with something funky with like some white numbers or something.
So are you gonna call this? Is this a hit or a miss for you then?
That is a gigantic miss. And this is like a race car watch, right? So for the for Chris and for John, I'm still relatively new in the watch collecting thing. So that coming up on 3 years, right? But I know Tag Heuer and I knew Heuer, they were separate companies and there's a lot of racing heritage and all this stuff. But if you're in a car, like I know Chris races cars because I follow his Instagram, which you should check out if you like Porsches because it's pretty sweet. I mean, are you really wearing a leather strap when you're in a car that's 1,000 degrees without air conditioning and driving around? Like, is that something you would do?
Well, if you're in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, maybe back in the super back in the day. Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering. Yeah. Because that leather strap to me, I'd be like, man, that thing would be stinky after
a car race. Yeah. But you have but you also have a leather helmet on, and you got barely cotton underwear. You got there's no
Nomex. You got Nomex and all that lot, haven't you?
Right. You have synthetics on, and
Well, Chris, what are you going for on the?
So I remember the original. So there's some nostalgia for the original, and it's a cool, unique thing that they did, and I think this is a hit. I think this is a hit because of the original. So now, if this was like 2022, Tag just decides to make a black Monaco, right, for no reason, like again with your sort of like for reasons that like special edition reasons, whatever. But they had one. So for the nostalgia, I'll give it to them, but only just.
John, go on. What's your?
I reviewed a newish one in the proper Paul Newman colours about 2 months ago. Loved it. I don't do square watches, but I do like that one. And for me, that was great. It had the blue leather strap, had the proper Monaco colours, proper Steve McQueen colours. So that for me is a big, humongous no, because I think spoilt it. I looked at that on my channel the other day and talked about it and said, no, to me, the Monaco has to be, for me, the Steve McQueen colours with the caliber 11 or 12 in. Can't be anything different. So that's a big no for me.
A big no for you. I'm also, I think, I don't know. The Monaco's an icon, and thankfully they've not used Steve McQueen's image to promote this one like they've been doing for years. In fact, they've kind of turned that off, and maybe it's because the 25-year-old CEO of Tag doesn't know who Steve McQueen is. But so I'll probably go with a miss, but it is an icon of a watch. So I've gone in high-end market now, and now I'm going to come right down to a watch that we could all afford. In fact, we could afford the entire set. And I present to you, gentlemen of the panel, the Stranger Things branded Timex.
Oh, jeez.
So linked to the Netflix show, we have a series of Timex branded Stranger.
Also, have you seen the new one? I feel like I got tricked a little bit because it's a two-parter.
Oh,
I don't know. Do you guys know this? Well, yeah. So they're like, oh, it's out now, and then we watched it, and then it was like, oh wait, this isn't going to end in 7 episodes. So we got like totally, yeah. So if you get they nail biter at the end, so it's really
no
good.
spoilers.
But anyway.
We only got up to 3. We got halfway through 3, to be honest, and it was only supposed to be 3 series, wasn't it? At the most, but now they've obviously they're doing a Game of Thrones on us.
I watched, but I watched this. I watched Obi-Wan, and then I watched Stranger Things, and I think I enjoyed Stranger Things better. But
wow, no spoilers for Obi-Wan. I'm due.
No.
I've got 2 episodes to watch. The first 2 soon, whenever.
Would I walk around? I'll just take the floor. Would I walk around with a Timex Stranger Things watch? Although. The upside down military one, kind of funky. I like it.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that because of the upside down.
It's upside down, and it's very similar to the one of the watches that kids wear. Like the kids have all the swatches on, and like a Timex and Casio is well representative. So, yeah, I think I'll take the mil spec. All right, it's a hit for the mil spec one.
You go to third of a hit.
Yeah, 1/3 of.
Go on, John. What's what?
Okay, one on the far right with the black canvas strap. That's what you call in the military one. I take it, obviously. Yeah. That's a hit. That's a hit for me, and no to the other 2.
Okay. Go on, Jason. What's your view on this?
I think if they had taken representations of what was in the show and not went super red in the border. But had just maybe done like a line of red somewhere or something, but kept the models faithful to what's in the show, I think that would be cooler than just slapping on some red and calling it Stranger Things. So for me, it's like because I do like that backwards. It almost looks like a blacked out mil spec or something from below it.
Yeah, but
it would have been cool if like it didn't have Stranger Things on there and it was just the funky numbers. And then maybe a red ring around it or something. So, if you're really into the show, it's there. But then maybe someone walks by, they're like, oh, that's a cool watch. What's going on? You can tell them the whole story and get 15 minutes of conversation. Yeah. So it's a 33.3% repeating.
So, I mean, I'll go with, I think it doesn't appeal to me. Honestly, the 2 on either end look like something you would probably get up with a McDonald's Happy Meal to promote the film.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. You go for the one in the middle, then, are you? Wow.
The one in the middle reminds me of. It looks like it could be E.T.
Yeah,
like with the kids on the bicycle and the moon in the background. Yeah. It's like it's the same. I'm sure Timex did a special edition ET watch back in the day. It's priceless.
What if they had them in a warehouse and they were like, "Hey, we got to get rid of these freaking ET watches, man. We got to get rid of them." Yeah,
I'm literally.
Oh, and they bury them in the landfill, like the game.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to say, I like how Sam woke up this morning and chose violence. Like Sam woke up this morning and chose violence.
well, let's calm things down again with some more serene some more vibrant colors here, and I present to you for our fourth one, the fairer, the new fairer one. It's
really?
Oh, wow.
What do we? I'm a big fan of what fairer do. This one for me, I've got to say, for me, it's not a hit, but I like what they're doing here. So I'll throw it over to the esteemed panel. Do you want to, John? Do you want to kick us off this time? Then
nah, that's not for me in any way. The color, the style, or anything. I thought I'd have the other one that you showed with maybe with the orange bezel, the one below it. But if that's not for picking, it's just that one.
Well, there's a couple more.
Oh, I mean the blue one. Okay, the blue one I'd kind of quite like that one in the middle. Yeah, that would. I don't know what kind of movements in it.
Blue with the red.
Yeah.
Yeah. What move? I think they do. I think they put ETAs in them. But
I think so.
It's not.
I mean,
is it telling us there?
I don't know. It's a grand.
Oh, it's Lisa.
1,000.
Okay.
An SW200. So it's Christopher Ward type thing.
Yep.
So SW200. $1,000. 750 English. It's Christopher Ward money, but I much prefer Christopher Ward. So I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to say no. Sorry, I'm going to say no.
So you've got somebody's agreeing with you, John. Because
yeah.
So thank you very much, Time Testing. Good evening, good morning, good night. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm going to give it. I'm going to swerve it because there's much better watches for the money.
Okay, Chris, do you want to? What's your thoughts, feelings, emotions?
I mean, I like so Fayer's always they have always experimented with colors, and I appreciate that. But this feels like we're just swerving down the road with colors. So this is one of those, if you really like the color scheme, and there's been some ones in the past that I've sort of been drawn to but that teal, I don't know what, you have to really like that sort of dark teal color.
Yeah.
In order to get but we're in for color and design, for obvious reasons in watches.
And it's like an epileptic seizure warning on that, doesn't it? If anybody's got photosensitivity.
Yeah.
How quick we get
and we lose Chris. I'm gonna say it's a miss, but it's kind of a caveat. There's so many colors here. I'm sure something would be drawn, but the 3-4 color palette, with the blue, red, white, and then a lighter blue, there's a lot going on there. So I'm gonna say this.
Okay, and then Jason, go on. What's your feelings?
Well, someone stole my Miami Dolphins thunder, so that's out the door. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, if you're a Dolphins fan, that's the best watch ever. You just wear it every Sunday, and everyone thinks it's cool. I agree with you, Chris, when it comes to colors. I think sometimes you really have to, you just can't use color for color's sake kind of thing.
Right.
And when you saw that darker blue one with the red and stuff, it was obvious that they were going for a nautical, because those are very, sailboating colors, like blues and reds, and sometimes some international orange. And I always joke around, the people always talk about Tommy Hilfiger clothes, but I'm I was stationed up in the Northeast for 3 years, and all the real seafarers wear Helly Hansen. They don't wear Timberland and others. They wear Helly Hansen. Yeah. And if you look at the Helly Hansen stuff, it's all navy blue, a red, international orange, and white. They don't go too far over here or too far over here. And so you can always see the guys that are real fishermen kind of scoffing at the not so real fishermen in the bar, and it's just kind of fun to watch that.
That's funny.
Well, let's dive into our next one. And this again is we're going kind of affordable, cheap, affordable. I mean, I suppose this one's affordable. This is the whatever Hamilton decided to do to their Navy watch. This is the new redesign. And Jason, you got me on this last week, but we didn't have a chance to talk about it. This is the new khaki Frogman Auto Navy that they've redesigned. What's Jason? Go on. You picked this one last week. What do you think on this?
So I gotta tread carefully here, because I know there's a bunch of super, and I like Hamilton.
Yeah,
I had a Hamilton X Time. I had the World Time chronograph, and for a while, but I ended up selling it. And the thing I've noticed with Hamilton are two things. It's almost like they're too good at making a watch. Like they make something, but it's so finely engineered that when you hold it, it's kind of like holding a really nice Toyota Camry. Like, it's a well-made car. It looks good, but then when you're sitting there, you're like, it's almost too perfect. There's nothing. I don't know how to explain it. There's nothing character building, right? And then I've seen other ones they do, like the Crown Guard. It looks more like a dive watch had a baby with a pilot's watch, and I don't know. And I'm sure it's great.
Jason's on the struggle with this. He's struggling with this one. Yeah,
I want to really like it. Like I have divers. I mean, everybody knows me knows I'm a dive watch guy. Maybe it's because I'm newer, but I've wanted to like a Hamilton dive watch for a very long time, and I have never been able to like one.
Yeah.
And that's just me.
Yeah, I get that. And talking about getting watches pregnant, I mean, that hour hand certainly,
Yeah.
And I don't understand why they do that because, like, Longines has that kind of shaped hour hand, and maybe it's just me. Maybe it's
you're getting watch shows demonetized is what's happening.
Oh yes, no. But they are certainly there's a few that have got that shaped hand, and I don't know why they do it. But anyway, I prefer the previous one, but not the oversized previous one. They did a whole range of previous ones, so this is a miss for me. But yeah, Chris, what's your view on this?
So I'm with Jason. I agree. I want to like this, but it is just the style cues are tough. I will say I will give them this. I'm pretty sure their previous model still had the 24-hour markings on it, and I hated it for the 24-hour markings because what they did was they just like busied up the dial with 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, like all with the 24-hour markings on it.
Oh, here, like this one,
right? Yeah. And I was like, why? It's a dive watch. It's for visibility. Like I know what 12 times 2 is.
Yeah.
And like I just look, like I don't need to know that it's 24 instead of 23 instead of what. Oh, it's almost 23. That. So anyway, so they got rid of. So the dial, I think looks great. I don't mind the manly hands. The color, the pop of color on the hands is fine too.
Yeah,
good. I like it. Matches the. So I think they're going good there. Their Frogman, their Frogman sort of signature has been that big funky crown thing that they went for, and I'm not a fan. But I still think they're going in the right direction. So I'll just give it to them. It's a hit.
Okay, John, go on. What's your view?
Don't like the odd hand size compared. It looks really weird. Yeah. I don't like the Panerai cover on the enclosure. Does that come? Is that an enclosure? No, does that just stay there and you can wind it over the top?
Yeah, I think it just stays there, and you can just bash directly into like door jams and stuff with it.
It's fit. Yeah, I just think they make better pilots' watches than dive watches.
Yeah.
Hamilton, the field or field watches. Let's say their khaki field watches are brilliant. I yet to have one, but I really want one, but not for a dive watch for me. No, I think stick with the field watches.
Okay. All right. Then next, let's go to watches that are way out of our price range, so we can poke fun at them to make us feel better that we can't afford these. These are limited. They are so limited edition. There is only 5 of each piece that is being made, and these are to commemorate the Louvre in Paris, and they are Vacherons.
Oh, I discussed these last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I would never ask. I would never ask permission to go first, but I want to go first on these because I saw these.
I nearly vomited last week as well. I think it's going to happen again.
This is horology.
Yep. So here's the hot take, and I'm gonna shout out Miguel because Miguel showed up from SoCal Watch Reviews, and he's gonna know exactly what I mean. Okay, so we're talking about high horology here, right? The study of time, everything related to time. So where's the Aztec watch? Vacheron Constantin.
Oh,
As a Chicano, right? Shout out Miguel.
Right.
As a Chicano,
Right.
where's the Aztec civilization? Right.
Yeah.
So you can't go to
Has
the
it
western part of the world at all, Vacheron
You
Constantin.
guys have been doing a calendar for a couple million years.
Are you serious?
You know,
and I'll put it out. You want to sponsor us, Vacheron Constantin? Sponsor the live stream. Make an Aztec watch because they're the first people that we know in recorded history to literally frame the galaxy and the universe. What time? Okay, I'm done. I'm off. Hot take done. Shout out Miguel.
That's good.
Well, these these are Jason's genuine reactions because I haven't shown any of the guys here what we're going to do. I mean, you can see it along the top, obviously, because I'm not good at hiding that. But other than that, so go on then. I don't know who. Chris, go on. What's your?
I don't know if I can top. I mean, so like cringe certainly, but I don't know if I can top. They just snubbed my hemisphere.
It's untoppable.
I can't touch it.
I
can't. So I have to say miss. I mean, but also, yeah, it's a miss.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Romans named Manchester, so there's something that's sort of loosely.
I think I think if they had done, they need to do. So they need to make like a anti-Kithra mechanism. That's the only way they can redeem themselves. They have to make a copy of the ancient clock computer that they found off the coast of Greece a long time ago. So
this
no.
Not that I don't know any history of South America, but isn't this statue that's South American? No, I'm going to get into a territory that I don't know about, so I'm going to leave that.
They said it's Greek. That's the Hellenistic.
Yeah,
but I can't really see it because it's kind of small. But trust me, I looked at this whole thing. There is nothing from our side of the. I mean, I'm on the East Coast now, but there's nothing.
I'm going to remove this quick so that to no longer.
Oh man,
that's great.
John, I think we're next
no,
on you.
Absolutely, no, not on every level. It just should be crushed. Should be crushed.
Oh dear,
just crush them and make a video.
Yeah, and I also if you showed up with one of those, I don't even. It doesn't even look like a watch anymore. So then it's just so far beyond a conversation piece.
Yeah.
That it's
you'd be the talking point for wearing it.
Yeah.
Not the actual, the watch wouldn't be the talking point. You would be the talking point. Why the hell are you wearing that watch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's definitely switch to the Stranger Things Timex in that case.
Well, next I'm going to go with the gold Speedmaster. Yours for a snip of $34,850.
So this is the new version of it because they had the gold version. Yeah, they had the gold one from a couple of years ago.
So these are the moonshine golds. You've got the gold dials, or you've got this green dial. I should have read this, but I'm guessing it's using the 3-2-1 movement. I could be wrong.
I think it probably is. Are we voting on that particular one, or any of those four models, or all of them?
On this, I guess this. Well, it could be any of these moonshine gold ones, I guess. But these new ones. So you got the 50-meter water resistant. Does it say whether it's? It doesn't say if it's not the 3-2-1 movement, is it? No, it's the coaxial.
Is it the 186?
The 3861.
3861 is it? Yeah, I keep.
Yeah, so it's.
I mean, it's only 50 meters. It's only I mean, it's not a dive watch, so yeah, it's 50 meters. It's like wash the car stuff with it, isn't it?
I mean,
lots of yes from the crew. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, I'll come to my vote when we come to it. Well, I'll discuss what we think. Yeah.
Well, go on, John. Then you've
sorry, right. I think it's too bling. I'm not into gold upon gold upon gold. I'd have it on the leather strap. You showed one with a leather strap, two with leather straps, didn't you? Before in the lineup.
Well, yeah. I mean, but how do you feel about that? How do you feel about spending $24,600 on a Speedmaster and it's just on the leather there?
So the bracelet, right? So the bracelet's 12.
Okay, all right. Maybe get the bracelet and buy the leather strap. Put the bracelet away and then keep it on the leather strap. Okay, you could get away with, I don't know, shorts and t-shirt with that on, with that black strap.
Yeah,
you could definitely get away with it like that, but it's too. it's like the president's watch, gold upon gold upon gold. He's just like, nah, it's too much for me.
For $24,000, you should give me some curved spring bars and then actually mate the leather strap to the curvature of the case.
Yeah, that
$24,000.
so true. That is so cheap. You don't want to
that's
see
not
any
what they. That's not went to the moon. That's not NASA certified, guys. That didn't go to the moon.
Yeah,
that's not. None of these curved spring bars are ready for flight here. So
yeah,
I'll jump in. Go for it. I like the green dial. The green with the gold. Kind of surprising that I like the green dial. I don't know if I could. I'm with I don't know if I could go with the full bracelet. It's like just too much bling.
That movement's gorgeous. Now look at that movement.
That's cool.
Oh, look, that movement's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, but Chris, we've actually seen one. We both saw what was it? The 50th, the Nixon watch, wasn't it? The 50th anniversary one. We saw this at one of those watch meets, didn't we? And it is an impressive looking watch. I don't know. Would you go? Would people who went for this go for the Gold Submariner if they really wanted to show off? Or
yes,
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks good. I having seen one in person, I think they're really. It's the exact opposite of their platinum Stealth Wealth one. Yeah. It's like, why would you get a platinum one that's $40,000 or $50,000, right? When you can walk around with the gold one. So I say, if you're going in, I'm with the comments. If you win the lottery and you want to rep a Speedmaster and you like that green dial, go for it.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. You know what I mean? Just go for it.
Yeah.
Saying it. It's just, yeah.
Jason, what's your view on it? You calling this a hit or a miss?
I'm gonna go with Jeff Boyd, who said if the national lottery comes away, I wouldn't buy any of these. I'd buy that triple collection of the Railmasters, Speedmaster, and Seamaster they released. That anniversary one. That's what I would buy. But it is a pretty dial. But I haven't found a cold watch.
Yeah, I thought it was black at first. The green sold me.
Yeah, no, I like it. Well, we've had I think a couple of people have asked in the comments about this one, and this is the Rado, the ceramic, the ceramic Captain Cook. So it's a 43mm case. It's actually only 3,255, which is pretty amazing for high-tech ceramic diver. That blue is just stunning, isn't it?
I have a problem straight away with that. Looking at that watch,
yeah,
the width of the bracelet on the case. I think it should be the width of the case. That on that picture there, I don't like the gap left hand side of the bracelet. I just think it looks odd with either side. The bracelet just looks too narrow.
Oh, so the tapers start.
The tapers it should have got them edges on. It should fill the whole. For me, the whole width of the case or the case shape is wrong. It looks like I don't know, a 44mm watch with a 20mm bracelet on when it should be 22 or something like that. Just looks odd to me. That's my personal. I like the color of it. I like the color of the bezel. I like the dial and everything. But that to me, that case shape with that bracelet doesn't go for me.
Well, there you go. Who wants to go next? Chris, do you want to dive in
on
this one?
Yeah, sure. I like the color. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. I think that maybe the case shape is this. If this is like a newer shape that they're doing, this is 43 mil. So this is it's gonna be. It's kind of have that beefy look, that beefy diver look, which is just almost as forgivable for the taper for the lugs. Because I mean, you think about like a turtle, or you think about some other giant 44 mil diver, and it's just like just the lugs just stop. Where the case they just chopped it off in 51 millimeters, and just that's the lug width. And
it's more curved underneath, isn't it? Though the shape of the case of the turtle is more.
Right. I feel like they this design sort of inadvertently highlights taper of the
Yeah.
the taper of it. But Rado's it's got that cool thing where the actual like logo spins. Do I have that right?
Yes, you do. Yeah, it's kind of like counterbalanced, isn't it? So it kind of moves around at the bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't know about
So the
that.
actual
Okay.
little the little logo in the dial is, I think that's it's a clever, unique thing to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say head ceramic. I like a ceramic. Yeah, but not an endorsement, but I think it's good.
Go on, Jason. What's your view on this?
I saw a Captain Cook Rado once. It was red. I was underwhelmed. I'd have to see this one in life to better, because the picture thing really gets me sometimes. I've learned that quickly. Is that
right, yeah,
the picture thing, the render thing.
Yeah, that's true. Like the blue looks okay.
Yeah,
but what does that blue really look like?
Yeah, so that's what.
That's the idea of it looks great. I mean, I love gray, and that little pop of blue is. I mean, everything looks subtle. The red number 8, but I'd want to see it in person.
But artist rendering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it for me with the Captain Cook, I just don't like the hands. The hour hand for me is too big. So there's
but
just
you're underwater. You're going to be underwater.
That is true. That is very true. Yeah. So maybe I'll give it a little bit of slack for that. But but yeah, I'm not. I like the idea of them. There's obviously a lot of history there, and I know a lot of people do like them. But for me, it's just the size difference between the hour hand and the minute hand. But that's just me. Well, next up, let's go to back down to the sort of the lower end of, not the lower end. That's not right. The mid range, and we'll go with the new Promaster Diver Automatic Citizen watch. So this is using. They say their caliber, which is right because they own Miyota 9015, which I think is an awesome Miyota movement 9015. This is an absolute chunk. It's all titanium. I think Citizen do incredible titanium watches. I'm a fan of this. I'd have to see. You'd have to see it in person just to see how big it is. But everything's right for me. The minute hand's going all the way to the edge there. It's got the date on it. It's Citizen, so I know the titanium's going to feel solid. But they brought out a whole range of these new automatic watches, probably going head to head with Seiko. But so this I'll go straight off the bat. This is a hit for me. But Chris, go on. What's your?
Okay, all right. Jason, what is the marathon that's like that chunky boy? That's like the biggest marathon with the plutonium battery in it. Right, there you go. Right, that's what this reminds me of. And so for the money, what are the marathons in that range, like 20?
So the marathon T-SAR it's a 41 millimeter, but it's super thick. It's like almost 15 millimeters thick. But it's the way the case, like the bezel is just super industrial. It's got a knurled crown. I mean, it's just a chunky boy, and that's not even the biggest one. The T-SAR is the middle one.
The giant one. I've seen
the
giant
J-SAR.
one. What do those go for? Like $2,000?
The T-SAR brand new on a bracelet is $1,300, but I think they just raised their prices.
Okay.
So I think it might be around $1,400 now. Yeah.
So I heard about Citizen continuing with their automatic diver. I think that's great. If this has sort of that look, I would maybe look into some other stuff in the range, like I mentioned, Marathon. But yeah, this is cool. It's a hit because it's a giant military beefy spec kind of dive watch thing. It's cool.
I like it, John. What's your view on this?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I'm sure that there's such a Promaster in some form or other was an issued watch.
Yes,
somewhere, not maybe
right.
to the
the
Brits, but maybe it's like the Marine Nationale picked up lots of odd watches. So it's a what size is it? 45 mil? Is it?
I think so.
It's
45
in it.
Yeah, I think it's 45 mil, but I think, John, these are actually these Promaster automatic dive watches. There was a variant of this that I'm sure
Yeah,
you're right.
I've got I think I've got an oldish Promaster in my collection somewhere. I can't remember what year. Yeah, so I'm a big fan. Absolutely. Yeah. I've got a Promaster with a left-handed dial like that. I have got one. Yeah.
Mark in the comments makes a good point. Like if you're into this stuff, take a look at Zen, take a look at Marathon, take a look at, because if you're into the almost $2,000, $1,700 to $2,000 range, there's plenty of stuff out there that's fun. So it's cool that it's Citizen stepping up into this.
Yes. Yeah. So someone said that the G-SAR is the middle, but the G-SAR is the automatic for Marathon, and the T-SAR is the quartz.
Yeah.
So the T-SAR is the tactical search and rescue, and the G-SAR is a general search and rescue. The only difference is the movement.
Doing you every day.
Yeah. So
is that the right way around, Jason? I thought the T-SAR was the auto and the G-SAR was the quartz.
I got the T-SAR,
and that's quartz.
And I never, ever have to wind it.
There you go.
It's quartz then.
Yeah. Well, pretty conclusive to me, that one.
but Chris, when Chris was talking about the $2,000 range, I haven't really dove into them because it would make me want to buy one, but they have a chronograph looks just like that.
And it's a pilot gigantic. I mean, I saw
it's like $2,200.
Yeah, someone handed it to me one time, and I literally, like, the first thing I thought was, like, it is powered by, like, depleted uranium. Like, that is, it's just this, like, block of. I'm gonna just totally endorse what Chris said. If anyone in the comments is like thinking about a Marathon, I'll give you. I have a Marathon T-SAR and I have a Zen 105 UTC. They're exactly the same and opposite at the same time. When I say they're the same, I would argue that their toughness and durability is exactly the same, but the way they're executed is exactly opposite. The Zen is like, that's a good point.
Yeah, the Zen is just like, it's smooth. It's not small, but it's smooth and it's really refined. But the Marathon is refined, and you could probably knock someone's teeth out with it in a tactical situation if you had to.
Yeah,
I'm dead serious, man. You could probably put it under a tire and your car could get out of the snow or something with a T-SAR and it would still work.
Sam, I've got something similar to that. Mine's a monoblock case. It's an Eco Drive. That's one similar to
that's
what
here,
I've got.
Yeah. So Joe here is saying that.
Well.
Yeah, Joe's here saying that. It says the Eco Drive 300-meter saturation diver with monoblock case is standard issue for the Royal.
Yeah, that's right. Navy.
That's
right. I remember now. It was issued a few years ago. The same model that I've got.
Yeah,
that's a good looking model right there. That one's handsome. I like that.
Yeah, and Pete, Not So Obvious Watches is right on the money. It's like Citizen have just woken up and realized, because I think this is. I'll take some flack for this, but I think this watch is more iconic than the SKX in terms of its use and stuff like that. And I think Citizen, they own Miota, so it is comparable with Seiko, of course. But
I do feel like they needed to wake up, because like, where were they with a bunch of different automatic Promasters over the last 4 or 5 years?
Yeah,
and so it's cool.
Yeah. Next one up, I think we've got time for one more. This is the Breitling Navitimer Cosmonaute. Now, this is a 60th anniversary Navitimer, and what they're showing here, this crazy watch, is actually the one that's in the Breitling archives that was worn on the Aurora 7 space capsule. Wow. And the reason it looks like that is apparently they took 3 hours to rescue Mr. Carpenter, the astronaut, and salt water got in it. So they gave him a new watch, but they just left the other one just to rust out like that. But anyway, Breitling have gone all in on this, and they have recreated this watch. They've put, for some reason, I think they've put a white gold bezel on it or something. So it's gonna cost £8,700, but I think they've done an awesome job of this, but I'll pass it over to the panel. John, do you want to kick us off? What do you think?
I'm this is the kind of shtick I like as well. I like stuff like this. Yeah. It's like the Ed White thing. It's like that. That Bulliver. The Bulliver moon watch. That kind of thing that went, and of course then Bulliver made a moon watch. I like this kind of shtick. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I prefer it. I think I prefer it on the strap and the bracelet, but that's just me. But yeah, I like this. I'm a fan, 100%. Yeah,
I like it, and they've done. Even though Chris, it's got the 24-hour markings on it, they haven't amputated any, which I know Breitling's fond of amputating the numbers. But Chris, what's your view on this one?
So I know of the space heritage of this.
Okay.
And I was surprised that they didn't really they hadn't picked it up too much in the past. That the early astronauts and the early Mercury missions and the guys that were breaking the sound barrier, etc. Breitling was a standard pilot watch like it is today, and so I think it's cool to celebrate. I'd say it's a hit. If you're gonna get a Breitling Navitimer and you're a space nerd, then those line up, because they definitely were used in the pursuit of space and in the early days of space travel.
Yeah, Breitling don't. I know they're starting to do it now, but there is a ton of really cool Breitling history. The founder used to fly over in Second World War to give watches to the Allied forces from the German-Swiss border, and he would sometimes get captured, and he'd have to make up a story of why he was going. It's incredible history. I know it's got a new managing director now, and they've gone more in this heritage direction, which arguably they perhaps moved a little bit away from, although the Navitimer's always been a consistent model. But Jason, what's your view on this? Is Breitling one that you've had a look into? I know you're sort of newish into watches.
Yeah, it's a hit for me. It's beautiful. But I would just go buy the 903 by Zen.
Yeah,
because
and we know the and Jason, the origins of that, right?
Yeah, you better say it, Chris.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, the fact that the Navitimer is sort of dual owned, so Zinn licensed it. Was it Zinn licensed it to Breitling? Is that right?
No, they were all the way around.
The other way
around.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So Breitling was in financial trouble and then licensed it, or not financial trouble, but that's one of the things that they did back in the day, and they licensed it. So if you see that Zinn Navitimer, it is actually like it's not a copy. Like that's an early. I think for folks getting into watches, sort of learning the history of it, that's one of the ones that can throw you off, because you see two and you're like, did Zinn make a homage? So you're like, no.
Well, yeah, I mean, and they collaborated on so much, like that Heuer we were just talking about, the Caliber 11 and 12. The Swiss watch companies used to collaborate together to move watchmaking forward. And I don't, maybe they do it behind closed doors now, but you think it certainly feel like it's a bit more competitive.
I think that it's only, I feel like it's only done in the giant corporation. So the Swatch Group is borrowing movements and dials and things from its own catalog, etc. But it's within that. Whereas early Swiss watchmaking was, there was a local company that just made dials, and they made dials for everyone, and there was a local company that made watch cases, and they made watch cases for everyone, and so you would just have this collaboration sort of naturally happen. It's cool.
Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, Hamilton Buren was in on that Caliber 12 as well. Well, that's been really cool, guys. That's been a lot of fun. Glad to bring back the hit or miss cat. And we'll do it extended. So apologies, everyone, if you were waiting on the audio podcast last week. Chris, unfortunately, was not well, so we're gonna get back on it this week. I'd just like to thank everyone on the panel. Thank you, everyone in the comments section, for all of your comments, and we'll see you all next time on Casual Watch Talk Live. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye,
everybody.